There are 4 things every reseller has to overcome in order to be successful as a reseller. Number 1, money. Number 2, inventory. Number 3, listings. And number 4, sales. This seems simple enough, but the bad news is that this is a cycle. So just when you overcome one of the obstacles, the next one pops up and is ready for you. And this repeats itself. So you continue to go around and around in this circle, the reseller circle, battling each of these obstacles. In today's video, I'm going to break down all 4 of these obstacles and give you 2 actionable tips for overcoming each of these obstacles. Number 1, money. Money is what keeps every business alive, and reselling is no different. Whether you are just starting out and need money to go and purchase your first items, or you want to grow your reselling business and you need to make more money to have to reinvest back inside your business in order for it to grow, money is always an obstacle when reselling. In fact, I think this is the number 1 thing most successful resellers struggle with. If you don't keep track of how much money you're spending and how much it costs to sell your items on the platforms, then you don't have an accurate understanding of how much money you're actually making. And when you don't track how much money you're making, money seems to just go everywhere and vanish. This is pretty common. There are a lot of successful resellers that will show huge gross revenue numbers and not actually be making any actual profit. Just because someone sells a lot of inventory, moves a lot of inventory, or even makes a lot of gross revenue sales doesn't mean that they're actually running a very profitable reselling business. They could actually be losing money on every sale that they're selling if they don't know how much money it costs to sell the items. Do you want to know a secret? Do you want to know how to make $1 million in gross revenue sales on the eBay platform? Here, I'll give you the secret. Go down to your local Best Buy and buy 2,500 PS5s. You're going to spend roughly $500 on each one of these systems. Now go to eBay and list these 2,500 PS5s, but you're going to need to move them quickly. So what you're going to want to do is undercut the competition. List all of these brand new PlayStations for $400 each. Once you have sold those 2,500 PlayStations for $400, congratulations, you just made $1 million on eBay. But what I forgot to mention is you actually lost money on every single transaction. Not only did you pay $500 for the items and then sell them for $400, but eBay took a bunch of fees and they got paid, and the Postal Service also got paid. So congratulations, you might be $1 million reseller who is losing money. Now, yes, that was a little over dramatic. Most resellers aren't going out and spending that kind of money, and they know that they're not going to sell items for $100 less than they paid for it. But the fact of the matter is that there's a lot of successful resellers that don't understand how the fees work, don't understand how shipping costs work, and don't even understand how their cost of goods factors into the selling price of their items. And there's a lot of resellers that are selling items and are actually losing money and don't even realize it. The first thing I would do to fix my money issue is I would play around with the eBay fee calculator. If you go onto Google and type in eBay fee calculator, it'll bring this page up here. And this is the perfect tool to go in and type in some numbers and start learning how eBay factors fees into the shipping cost, how taxes factor into the fee cost, and how your cost of goods factors into your overall profit of the items. Go in and type in some of your items and see how much you're paying in fees. See if you can afford to promote your items. When you promote something at 10%, how much is it actually costing you? So if you're selling something for $10 and you're promoting it for 10%, you might think that you're only paying $1 in promoted ad fees, but you're not factoring in taxes and you're not factoring in the shipping cost, which also factors into the promoted ad fees. So one of the first things I would recommend doing is going and playing around with this eBay fee calculator and learning how the fee structure works. The second thing I would recommend is reading Profit First. This book has completely changed my reselling strategy. I can't recommend that book enough, and it has helped me understand my business finances and figure out how to see how much money I'm spending on the business, how much money I can pay myself, and budget it accordingly for months into the future. In fact, if it wasn't for that book, I'm not sure that I would actually have left my job and become a full-time eBay reseller. That book, if you follow it, will help you understand exactly where your money is going and budget it accordingly. Number 2, inventory. Inventory is a problem for almost every reseller. It's very hard to find the correct balance of inventory. Either you have too much inventory and you can't process it, you can't list it, and you can't store it, or you are going out and you're having a hard time finding more inventory to resell. For me, this typically comes in seasons. In the summer months, I am typically very flush in inventory because of yard sales. However, in the winter, I have to dedicate more time to sourcing and going and finding the inventory because I can't rely on yard sales. We are all limited on space. Now, before you run down to the comment section and tell me how you have 10,000 acres and 40,000 warehouses and barns and storage units and whatever, I would still argue that you have a limit on that. If you went out and bought like a madman and tried to fill up all of your land or storage units or warehouses or barns or whatever, and you tried to fill that up and were purchasing a bunch of inventory, you would eventually still run out of space. Or you would run out of the money to go and buy these items. So inventory is always an issue no matter how much space you have. Finding the balance between having enough inventory on hand to sell in order to make sure you have a steady paycheck and having too much inventory where you can't even process it, list it, store it, put it away, and ship it out is a constant battle that most resellers struggle with, including me. The first thing I do to fixing my inventory issues is I adjust my schedule. So in the summer, yard sale season, I am buying a lot of great inventory at great prices and I don't need to spend as much time outsourcing. So I dial my sourcing back and I crank up my listing volume. Therefore, I sell more items and I can move inventory quicker. During the winter months, when I have to go out and source more, I create my schedule so that I have more time, and specifically the times that I need to be at these stores to find the best inventory, I create my schedule around finding that best inventory. The next thing I do is I learn to say no. This means I am constantly learning. I am constantly learning what to buy, what to pick up, where to go to find the best inventory. I'm constantly trying new stores, new sourcing methods. I'm constantly looking for a new way to find better inventory that sells quicker for a higher profit margin. At the end of the day, the only thing I want to do is go out and find inventory that will sell quickly, is easy to test, is easy to clean, is easy to list, is easy to store, and is easy to ship. Everything else gets put to the side. I ignore the rest of the junk and I only pick up the inventory that I am willing to bring into my business and process and sell. Number 3, listings. Now go ahead, be honest. Do you have a death pile? Do you have a pile of stuff sitting somewhere that remains unlisted? That's just money and your time sitting there in a pile that is waiting to be listed and waiting to be sold. And in order to sell those items, you actually have to create the listings. Now, outside of actually creating the listings can also be a struggle if you don't know how to create good quality listings. Now, I don't think that your listings have to be 100% perfect 100% of the time. In fact, if you focus on sell-through rate, you can have listings that are 70-80% good or good enough, and they will sell just fine. However, if you start picking up items that don't have as high of a sell-through rate, or you want to move inventory quicker, then creating quality listings needs to be at the top of your list. The only way to sell more items and get more items in front of customers is to create good listings. If your items are never shown to a customer, or your customer never clicks on the item because the title is inconsistent or the photos don't look good, they will never purchase it. If that buyer can't find the item and the buyer isn't willing to click on the item, you will never make the sale. Now, sorry, these 2 actionable tips are going to be a little bit of self-promotion here. So the first one is if you struggle with creating good titles on your listings, I highly recommend checking out this video here where I go into detail about how to create listings that will actually drive traffic to your items. The other half of a listing is photos, and you guessed it. Check out this video here if you struggle with creating good quality photos that will help your items sell faster. Number 4, sales. Sales is the reward for overcoming all the other obstacles in the life cycle of a reseller. But sales don't just come because you went out, bought something, and listed it online to sell. Sales are something you have to earn. Now, from my experience, there are 2 reasons your items are not selling on eBay. Either you bought an item that nobody wants, or your item is priced higher than the market value of the item. If you are buying stuff nobody wants, you need to learn how to look up sell-through rate and run comps on every listing. Do this before you purchase anything and make sure that it has a high enough sell-through rate that it's actually going to sell for you. If you're not picking up items with a high sell-through rate, then you can't be mad when your items are sitting on your shelf not selling. Sell-through rate just means customer demand. So the more demand for an item there is, the faster your item will sell. Now, just because there's no demand for the item today doesn't mean that there's not going to be demand in the future. But as a rule of thumb, I don't pick up items that have less than a 50% sell-through rate because I want to sell my items in under 6 months. It seems simple, but if nobody wants your item, it doesn't matter how great your photos are, how great your title is, how great your pricing strategy is. It doesn't matter. If nobody wants it, nobody is going to go online, search for the item, and then buy it. Sell-through rate is king in reselling. If you have items that are in high demand and have a high sell-through rate and they're still not selling, then your items might just be overpriced. Even if you have the most desirable item and it has over 100% sell-through rate and there's hundreds of them selling every single day, if you are asking $100 more than everyone else in that category, then your listing is not going to sell. You can't trick a customer into paying more than what they feel like the market value of the item is. So yes, there's always a range on items and buyers will buy within any part of that range. However, if you're outside of the normal range or the normal market value of that item, your item is just going to sit there and it's not going to actually sell. Remember, no matter what you are currently struggling with your reselling business, that it is just a cycle and it will pass. If you put in the time and effort to overcome this obstacle, you will move past it. And the next time it comes around on the life cycle of the reseller, you will be better prepared to overcome that obstacle. We all struggle with slow sales, death piles, striking out when sourcing, and running low on business funds. This is all just part of being a reseller, and learning how to overcome these obstacles will help you and your business move forward and grow faster. If you have enjoyed this video, I think you're going to love this one, so go ahead and click it. I dare you.